This Bmore Lifestyle segment is sponsored by PRMG.
Ease your nerves just a bit as you start the journey to buy your first home. Andre Spellin is a branch manager for PRMG right here in Maryland, and he's here to help get you started finding your first mortgage. Well, thanks for joining us, Andre.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so what can PRMG do for a first-time home buyer?
The biggest thing PRMG does is we have a lot of different programs that help first-time homebuyers get into a house that they may not have thought. So as far as having a lower score, you know, we can work with that. Obviously, we already talked about credit repair options that we will give you. So yeah, different programs, holding your hand, answering all your questions, and helping you navigate all the different professionals that you're going to need to get a home.
Okay, and so some people may be intimidated by the cost, right, of what they think they have to put down. How much does someone actually need to put down on a house?
Well, if they're a veteran, they don't have to put anything down.
Perfect.
If they're a first-time home buyer, we've got a couple different programs where you'll have to put down about 3 to 3.5% of the purchase price. So if you're buying something for $200,000, 3% is $6,000, and so on. So you know, I would say you'd want to get together at least 5,000 to 10,000. That should be able to cover most of what you're going to need to get into the house. If you've got a good realtor, they'll be able to negotiate with the seller to help pay your closing costs to try to keep them down.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Makes sense. So let's say you said if the house is $200,000 or this, how do people determine how much house they can actually afford?
We'll take an application. We'll find out what you make a year. We'll look at your income, we'll look at your assets, we'll look at your liabilities, and we'll say, okay, based on what you make per year and how much you pay per month in other debts, you can afford this much and still be able to pay all your bills. And so that's how we determine what you can afford. So we do the math, and then we come back with a piece of paper called a pre-qualification or pre-approval. And that thing says, hey, this person's good for 200,000, 300,000, whatever it may be. And then the realtor uses that.
All right. Now, Andre, before we let you go, why is now a good time to buy?
Wow. So the best time to buy is actually in the winter because nobody's buying in the winter. Most people buy in the summertime because they want to buy a house so that they can move in and have their kids start in the fall at their whatever school.
Okay.
So by the time winter comes around, they're worried about Thanksgiving, they're worried about Christmas, they're worried about New Year's. So now is a great time to buy because this is when people who are selling don't have as many options of people that want to buy. So this is the best time to buy.
Okay, perfect. One more time, where can people reach you?
They can reach me at 866-PRMG for me or 866-MICASA1, or they can go to Andres with an S, homeloans.com.
Perfect. Andre, thank you so much for joining us and for giving us all that information.
Thank you so much.
All right, well, yesterday's